Hey everyone, Scott Augenbaum, retired FBI agent. I'm here with my good friend Sean Sanker with Baystate IT. I met Sean in Vegas, probably about how long ago was that, Sean?
It was last summer.
Yeah, and one of the things, I gave a presentation to 200 people, really talked about the four truths, the what the status of cybersecurity is, and Sean and I hit it off. Now, Sean, you've heard a lot of people speak. You told me you heard some other FBI agents. Tell me, what did you take away from my conversation?
So another agent I'd spoken with was actually at DattoCon. He was a active assistant director of cyber, and he gave us a great talk about things to look out for, building a relationship with your local FBI office, so that in the event that you had an issue with your customers or a customer, you could reach out and already have a relationship with a FBI agent. And when I heard you speak, I thought it was pretty fantastic. One of the key items was the four tenants. I think were great. That was one of the things that really woke me up was, oh, these are some really smart things that an FBI agent repeats over and over. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, it's the four truths of cybersecurity, and it's really what I've discovered during my decades with the FBI. I want to quickly go through them with you. And the first truth is none of my victims ever expected to become victimized. Now, I know you deal with a lot of startups, you deal with small businesses and medium-sized businesses. And one of the things that I've heard when I was an FBI agent is, why would anyone want to target me? I'm a small business. Are you hearing the same thing from your potential clients?
Absolutely, we hear that. On the other hand, we also hear a lot of people say, we're a biotech focused MSP, and what are we doing to secure our data? So it's all people really want to talk about now. So it used to be, oh, people don't really looking after me, but they hear about healthcare getting hacked. So it's absolutely top of mind for them now.
Yeah. And when we deal with your clients, especially healthcare companies and biotech companies, and this is the second truth to cybersecurity, because once the cyber criminals get access to your data, and there's plenty of data you want to steal from a healthcare company and a biotech company. There's money, there's employee records, there's ransomware. When you get hit with any of this cybercrime victimization, when you contact law enforcement, I hate to say it, that law enforcement does not get your stuff back. We don't have a magic wand. So how do you think that makes people feel?
People don't like that idea. They want to make sure that they're secured from jump and not worrying about, can I get the data back? So for us, it's making sure the data is backed up, making sure the data is secure and highly available. Not having access to your data, it could be the deep downfall of our customers.
Oh, absolutely. That's why it's so important, on the prevention side, because I'm going to lead you to the third truth of cybersecurity, and that is once the bad guys get in and they access the healthcare records or they access you with ransomware, the chances of putting these bad guys in jail are really, really challenging. And, I just did a presentation the other day up in Indianapolis, and again, somebody said, "Hey, how come you can't put the bad guys in jail?" And I repeated, they're in Russia, they're in China, they're in Iran, they're in North Korea and West Africa. It makes it really, really challenging. And that makes a lot of people depressed. But the fourth truth to cybersecurity, and that's a thing that resonates with a lot of people, is the fact that a majority of the victimizations that I've dealt with easily could have been prevented. I wrote a book called The Secret to Cybersecurity. That's what I do, Sean. I teach people that. But even if you do all that, you still need to have the right technology. And that's where me and you have hit it off a little bit. And that's why we're going to be doing a webinar next week. And we're really going to be talking about some of these really, really important things. Because look, you could read my book all day long. But what am I not? I'm not network access control. I'm not network segmentation. I'm not DNS filtering, and I'm not XDR or MDR. Those things are so important. And I know you recommend a lot of that to your clients, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct. We're big on those products you actually talked about. So managed detection and response is antivirus on steroids. You can imagine antivirus trying to keep a bad thing out of your machine, but once it's on your machine, it doesn't do that much good. Managed detection and response keeps it from spreading from that one machine. Know before is what we use for security awareness training. That's a big one. Knowing that our employees, the employees of our customers, are being trained to look out for the common ways people are getting hacked now is huge for us, because that's the number one vector that we find now is the employees of our customers actually letting in the bad guys. And as you mentioned, filtering the DNS when people are outside of their office. In the office, we've got a great firewall. We're making sure you can't get to bad sites or the bad stuff can't get down to your machine. When you're at a Starbucks, we can't control that. So putting some form of firewall filtering on your local machine secures you everywhere you go. So those are a few of the items. And in addition, Scott, to MFA is the number one thing that we do
Oh,
today
don't
too.
even get
We
me
don't let a
going
mail,
with that.
we
You
don't
know,
let a mail account go out without MFA on it. That's the
I,
number one thing that Baystate is MFA.
I was at a conference just yesterday and the guy said, "What's your thoughts of MFA?" I said, "It's like having oxygen." And even if you do have MFA, let me tell you, you still got to go back to social engineering because MFA is going to keep your stuff safe. But what about your third party risk? So
Yeah.
that is why I'm so excited to partner with you because unfortunately, so many companies I deal with, all they want to do is push product. Push product, 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 product. But it's a combination of having the right knowledge, which I'm bringing with the cybersecure mindset, your technical expertise, and we have one goal, and that is to reduce companies' chances of becoming the cybercrime victim. Well, Sean, I'm so excited that we're going to have this opportunity next week. We're going to put the link below where you can tune in and you could be part of this. It's going to be an interactive discussion that I'm going to be having with Sean and his team and Chris Johnson from MSP Ignite. And we have one goal to keep you safe.
Thank you, Scott. Looking forward to it. We're very excited about the security webinar and we think it's going to be great. Thank you very much.
Awesome. All right. Thanks.